Let me see if I can explain this, because this is the way all this stuff works. Beacon, if you look it up in the dictionary, is a beam of light that is sent out to a sailor who's lost at sea. Traditionally, like a lighthouse is a beacon. And then my head blew up when I thought that. Was like, oh my God, that's exactly what this is. But sonically, everybody's lost at sea, they're out in the fog. A beacon is what calls you home.
The first call I received was from Richard Glasgow. I was on my porch, in front of my house, a few months ago, and we were kicking around some ideas about Trey and this concept and idea of getting out of the apartment and playing in a venue. And for us, it was a no-brainer to make the suggestion of the Beacon Theater.
There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. It's in New York. Trey lives up the street. This place is iconic. Why wouldn't it be right here?
Trey, Fish, the whole team, they're part of the fabric of our buildings. Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall, the Beacon Theater. It was only the right thing to do, is to open the doors back up for Trey, for him to be at his best.
I think it was a conversation. I remember talking to our lighting director, Mark, and saying, I can't face the empty Beacon. I've played here so many times, it's just gonna be way too depressing. And then him saying, man, the back wall looks really cool. There's like ropes and wires hanging all over the place. It's really cool. And he was right, because when I'm looking at, even right now, it feels like being in a garage band or something.
It's beautiful to turn the room around, but it's a lot of stuff to put on that stage. Figuring out how to kind of layer that together and make it look good and not cluttered, it's a challenge.
In some ways, that the concept of flipping the room around, it forced us to make a complete paradigm shift. And that kept driving forward this concept of, well, we can only do this if we're doing it for the camera, and if we're doing it for the camera, that means we're doing it for the people on the other end.
The best decision we made was turning around. That was when the Beacon Jams came together.
When the sunspots all go dancing and the ozone layer burns, when all of this is over and the hydrogen returns, how are you gonna see me? How are you gonna know? Will we stay together when the molten plasma flows? When corona touches ocean and the judgment comes at last, when all of this is over and the future meets the past, suddenly the sky is gone, the stars are out tonight.
There's a few people that are at his level that are just so willing to let go of something that he's created. Nothing is precious for him. He writes something and he puts it out into the world and it's no longer his. And he's given himself the permission to do whatever he wants to it. I mean, I think that's why, in a lot of ways, these concerts are kind of a culmination of that. Everyone, I think, is getting to see what's possible when you can just let go of one idea and let it turn into another and let it turn into another. I mean, quite honestly, I think that's what people have been responding to the last 35 plus years with his bands.
Soul Planet, dancing and breathing on it. Soul Planet, no need to be running on it. Keep on up.
Question. Sorry. Can anybody just say, like in a Sun Ra kind of way, Soul Planet? So, you can too. It's total Sun Ra.
He cares so much about getting the most out of those around him. He knows that getting his fellow musicians and bandmates to be their best selves and not some idea that he has of them is the answer to making great music, to making great art, and it's what he wants.
Whenever like I hear quartet or trio, they're great. They're not trying to be opera. They're just cool. They're just guys singing. So it's totally cool. It's gonna be great. They're just Soul Planet.
Well, now everyone's together on that Soul Planet. There's one beat on that Soul Planet. Dancing and breathing on the Soul Planet. They'll wait to be running on that Soul Planet. Keep on rolling, the Soul Planet. Spinning and a turning on that Soul Planet. Screaming through space, screaming through space. And everyone's together. It's like a big ocean. The ocean is love. And everybody's reaching.
Twitch is involved now. I've kind of been watching. I really like it. People can be like, play this song, and I can say, okay, Wolfman's Brother 1, 2, 3. This one's for you in Seattle. I think that's cool because we've never been able to do that before. Irvin Lamar, you are correct. Fish does have a tuna sandwich in that leather pack. It's really fun watching what you guys are saying. So meaty, funniest moment of my life, going to the bathroom during stash at the Baker's Dozen, and every guy at the urinal lifts their hands to clap in unison. We all are gonna say hi. Let's all say hi to Emma. Hi, Emma. Hi, Emma. Thank you for watching. You just made our whole night. That was the best part of the whole night, was saying hi to Emma. When somebody said Twitch to me, I'd never heard of it. This is how you communicate with people today. So it's kind of like, wow, I'm in this old band that's been playing forever, and all of a sudden we try this, and then it starts to work. Every human being has natural gifts. Katie, who sits next to me in the rescue squad, she's got a little bit of a leadership quality to her personality. People in the orchestra, the violinist who sits in the first chair is always a natural leader. When the orchestra starts to drift, they play a phrase. They just do it by nature, and the whole orchestra snaps behind them. They have natural leadership qualities. So like I identified that in her within minutes. And I was like, okay, and I started talking to her about it. I said, well, you have this thing, so I'm gonna use it. So the Divided Sky Fund wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for the Beacon Jams. I think that the fund will become a foundation, and the foundation will exist after this project, but its initial project is to open a treatment center in southern Vermont. You know, I can obviously relate to this. None of this would be happening if I hadn't gotten a lot of help. And we hope to provide that thanks to you. So this is a whole group thing, and thank you so much. The truth of the matter is that alcoholism and addiction in COVID has gotten much worse. I'm sure everybody's read articles. Isolation is not a good thing for substance issues. And so the fact that together as a group, we're paddling in a different direction together makes me feel really good. Unexpected pandemic gift. I never would have thought this was going to happen. We did the Ghost of the Forest week, and my buddy Fish was there playing the drums. Without question, I have a lot of musical collaborators that I'm close with. None like him. I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world for me to communicate and to play with him, and it always has been. We just like breathe together musically, and I can't even. And whenever we don't see each other for a few months and get back together, I always remember. When one of us is gone, that will never exist ever again. At this point in my life, there's no question about it. So I count every minute playing with him as a blessing. I hope it's me. If one of us has to go first, because I don't even want to be on Earth without having him to play music with.
We're all here together and the weather's fine. Dancing in a dream and we're free of time. The lights are flashing and the waves are crashing. Dancing in a dream beneath the sea.
I mean, I love playing at the Beacon, and I love playing at the Garden. I love playing at Radio City, you know. I love playing in New York.
Dancing in a dream and we're free of stars.
The amount of gratitude that I'm feeling it's off the charts that this could have happened. And the group of people that I'm working with and all of these amazing staff members are at work, and we're all here. Everybody feels the same way. It's a unified feeling.
Our industry and the live entertainment industry has been flipped upside down. This family that we have in the Phish community and the Phish world, and being able to be able to come back to this in this time and do something, it's special. And I know for me and my team, we're honored to be here and to be a part of this.
The Beacon Jams are more than just simply a great concert every Friday night. This has, I think, become a lifeline for a lot of people that have been missing this art, that have been missing music, that have been missing this group collective experience that they've been so used to having.
I mean, this was really fun. It really was. It's like none of us could have anticipated where it was going to go. I'll tell you one thing, I'm speaking for everyone in my line of sight right now. It's good to be working at all. You know what I'm saying?